Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Shalom Jai, we'll start the class. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-Shalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Vayam Upakadami Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sadhujatam Sagar Raghunathan Vetimam Tam Sarivam Sadvaitam Savdutam Parijan Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagar Nadita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वमानसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्ता वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Shalom Vijay. So today we are starting the three modes of material nature, right? So we have discussed, started from chapter 1, Arjun Vishad Yoga, to chapter 2, the Gita summarized, and from there the answers to the questions. Answers to the questions were given by Krishna to Arjuna, and from there the Karma Yoga start. The first 6 chapters were all about the Karma Yoga. So we started in the third chapter. The Karma Yoga was there, and then the action in Krishna consciousness. Then we proceeded to Dhyan Yoga. So first part was totally related to the Karma Yoga part, that how to do karma and then reach the destination of the Supreme Personality Godhead. Right. First 6 chapter were all Karma Yoga. Then in from the seventh chapter it starts the opulences of the opulence of the Absolute, knowing the supreme. Basically it starts up in chapter 7, knowing the supreme, and then the eighth chapter related to the opulences of the absolute. Then in the ninth chapter, the Raj Vidya Rajguhyam, we studied the most confidential knowledge. Then in the 10th chapter, we studied the what are the further opulences of the absolute. In detail he Krishna tells. And then the 11th chapter, the Vishwaroop, he gives the Vishwaroop, the chapter is there. From there we came to the pure devotional service. What is pure devotional service? What endears to the Krishna, that these devotees are very dear to me. He basically declares that the devotees are very dear to me. So he says all these qualities are of the devotees and they are very dear to me, right? So he considers the devotees as very dear. From there the Bhagavad Gita basically stops, right? The Bhagavad Gita basically, that because if he has told that these are the devotees and these are very dear to me, then it basically stops. But Arjuna now wants to know more, that how but because we are in the Maya, so he now wants to know more, that how in the Maya everything is acting. So in the 13th chapter, who is the knower of the field and what is the field, right? From there the Kshetra Vibhaga Yoga we have learned. And that basically the knower of the super soul, and the soul is there, the knower of the field, the kshetra, the body is there, right? Now since we are into the Maya, the actual knowledge of the Maya, since we are in the Maya, the actual knowledge of the Maya is given in this chapter, right? By knowing that, one can attain basically liberation, right? So since we are in Maya, we need to have some temperature, right? So some gauge should be there. Basically, thermometer is there. It tests basically what is the temperature, right? Similarly, if you want to test ourselves, that if what in what mode we are in, so we need to know this knowledge. Are we in the mode of goodness? Are we in the mode of passion? Are we in the mode of ignorance, right? So because if you don't know that, then we won't be able to identify in which modes we are in and how to transcend these modes, right? So we need to are we acting in tamoguna, are we acting in rajoguna, are we acting in satoguna? That needs to be clarified. Mhm. So in this, basically the three modes of material nature is there, right? So in this chapter we will learn that how Maya is acting, how Maya is binding us, how Maya is in this nature, it is acting and it is binding, and how to transcend the three modes of material nature, right? The 13th chapter had the Arjuna's six questions: Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, Vyayam, right? Krishna answers to the third and fourth, that what is Kshetra, the body is the Kshetra, Kshetrajna, the field of activities is there, right? And the knower of the field, he tells that the knower of the Chaitanya, the knower of the field, there is soul and the super soul. Then in the fifth question, that Jnanam, process of knowledge and liberation, he tells it to Arjuna. Then the object of knowledge, the sixth part, the Gnayam, that object of knowledge is Krishna himself, that it needs to be known. The goal is the Abhideya Prayojana, and the Prayojan. The Prayojan is the basically Krishna, the object of knowledge. And in the first and second part, the Prakriti, the three modes of material nature. Purusha is basically one who is trying to enjoy this material nature. And the seventh chapter also says that there is one more energy, that is Prakriti is another energy, right? Aparyam itastva anyam Prakritim vidhi me param. There is another Prakritim vidhi me param Jiva bhutam mahabhavo yedam sare yedam sarvam jagat. So he is saying that that there is another superior energy apart from this inferior energy, which is living entity, who is basically exploiting the inferior energy, right? Yayadam dharite jagat. Yayadam this jagat, in this jagat, basically what is there? Prakriti is there. Prakriti, which is inferior energy. So jiva bhutam mahabhav. The jiva is the mahabhav. Jiva is the superior energy, which is exploiting the inferior energy, right? So the seventh chapter is already clear that there is Prakriti. The Purusha is basically assuming that he is he is the Purusha and he is trying to enjoy it, but he is not the Bhokta, right? So in the 13th chapter he clears who is the Bhokta. In the Gyan Chakshu he clears that okay, he Bhokta is the Paramatma. The Paramatma is the Bhokta, right? Says that Udashtanumantaja Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. So who is the Maheshwara? Maheshwara is the Bharta and the Bhokta, right? So he is the maintainer, he is the protector. In the vision of the knowledge, then we get to clarity that yes, super soul is there, which is in every else body, right? Everyone else body is there, and every matter is there. He is impregnated in every part of this earth and in every part of this world. Now we come to the 14th chapter in order to test our test ourselves. Basically it is for us, because since we are in the Maya, then we need to know that how much we are into the Maya. So we can contemplate on this chapter. Once you know this chapter, you can contemplate what kind of activities we are doing. So 14.1 to 4, right, is will be the liberation and conditioning of the living entity. Right? How what causes liberation and what causes conditioning. 14.5 to 14.9, description of the binding of the pure soul by the three modes, right? How we are binded. So three modes of nature, how it binds us here. And the 10 to 30, recognizing the supremacy mode within a person, right? And how to recognize which mode is in supremacy, right? The rajoguna is at top, the satoguna is at top, or the tamoguna is at top. The which is more supreme in a person, we can recognize it, right? And then the actions and death within the modes, right? What actions lead to the which mode, and what when dies in which mode, what happens to them. And in 1927, the transcending the modes, how to transcend, how to get out of the there's five things we will learn. So this is the actual, this is the actual knowledge, practical knowledge. This is right. Since we are into the Maya, what is binding us? We need to know what are the modes we are in. There are in the car, there are different modes: neutral mode, forward mode, and backward mode, right? Similarly, we are also in some mode, right? Because we are, the driver is there, the three modes of maintenance is the driver, right? So in which mode we are driving ourselves, we need to know, right? But we need to be transcendent, because the soul is just having the desires, right? It is not acting, right? So the active soul is a spiritual being. We need to become spiritual. So in order to transcend this, first we need to know that in which mode we are acting. So we'll come to the best mode possible, and from there we can transcend the mode, right? First part, the liberation and the conditioning of the living entities. The blessed Lord said, again I shall declare you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained to the supreme perfection. Right? This is the picture of King Nimi. where who is visited by the Nav Yogendras. Yogendras, basically the Nav Yogendras were they were the 9 rishis, basically, right? These 9 rishis, basically the sons of the Rishabdev, right? Rishabdev had, around 21 Brahmanas, and there was 9 Yogendras is there, rishis were there, and the rest were all, the Kshatriyas. So they are here to basically, bestow the knowledge, to the king Nimi, right? You can see that, King Rishabdev had all the Brahmanas also, rishis also, and, Kshatriyas also. There was the concept of Varnashrama dharma, Varnashrama, right? Because Guna Karma Vibhagasya, right? Guna, the Chaturvida Varna is basically the Guna Karma Vibhagasya. So there was a concept of Varnashrama, right? Not the caste system. The caste system has been created in the Kali Yuga, right? The Kali Yuga is responsible for all the caste system. But in the earlier days, it was all the Guna Karma Vibhagas, the Varna system, the Varna Ashrama Dharma has to be followed, because which is very natural, as per the social order. Because whatever one has a swabhava, whatever one has a nature, he will be happy in doing that nature, that kind of nature of that, because he will be happy in doing that, right? So we need to, so that's why Prabhupada also focuses more on, to have the Varna system, have the Varnashram system, not the caste system. The caste system is totally a bogus concept, totally a very different concept than a Varnashram. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature which is like my own nature, right? Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation, nor disturbed at the time of dissolution, right? So, by becoming fixed in this knowledge, right? So, if one knows this knowledge, right? So, see what we are here seeing, that if someone is knowing this knowledge, he can attain to the transcendental nature. So, the glories of this knowledge is being spoken by the now Krishna, right? So, the glories of this knowledge, the one who knows this, then he will can transcend the nature which is like my own nature, right? So in order to attain the nature of the Krishna, then we need to become fixed in this knowledge. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation, not disturbed at the time of dissolution. Basically, so again and again, when the dissolution is appearing, when again the creation is appearing, what is happening? We are again and again coming into this world, being an insect, being something like that, being a manushya, being a human, right? Again and again we are coming to this world, but we need to transcend this, because we are spiritual being. We need to get about this. So if we have this knowledge, then we will not take the birth again. So this is the assurance given by the Lord, right? So three modes of material nature, understanding the three modes, the understanding chapter help one to attain basically liberation and transcendental nature like Krishna. Right. So first thing this, and the second knowing which all the series have attained the supreme perfection. Supreme perfection is by knowing this knowledge, the Maya. Right, the Maya, the Devi Hisha Gunamai. This is the Maya Devi, right? The Maya Devi is there who is controlling this world. Right. So we need to transcend it. Where we should go, because Maya Devi is acting under the will of the Supreme Personality Godhead. So we need to take the surrender to the Supreme Personality Godhead. Right? We need to have this knowledge, and then we can attain liberation. Mama yonir mahadbrahma tasmin garbham tadhamyam sambhava sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata. Translation.
Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam Prabhuji. The total
Anyone?
material substance called Brahman is the source of birth, and it is that Brahman that impregnate, making possible the births of all living beings. O son of Bharata. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the total material system is what? The Brahman, right? In the Vedic scriptures, you can see that, various places, the Mahatattva, the material creation, and all is mentioned as Brahman also, right? So the Mahatattva is the source of Brahman. The Mahatattva, the total material system that we have learned in the previous chapter, like 24 elements, right? So the Panch Mahabhuta and the other senses, and then, the unmanifested three modes of material nature and all constitutes what it constitutes basically 24 elements, right? The total material systems, substance basically created by Mahatattva, then the Garbhodakshay Vishnu, right? And then again, multi universes. The Mahatattva create multiple universes, right? Multiple, because you have some desire, you are not eligible for this universe, you may go into the another universe. So various universes are there, various planets are there, right? Where the jiva is, basically jiva is trying to enjoy the prakriti, right? So the total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth, and it is that Brahman that I impregnate, right? The Brahman is what? The material system, 24 elements. Then what happens? That he impregnates. Why? Because energy has to be put. He is basically that thread between the thread between that the pearls. He has said that he is a thread between them. The energy is not there. If he doesn't impregnate, then what happens? The jiva is not there. The jiva is not there. It is not active there. So making possible the births of all living beings or son of Bharata, right? So because like a scorpion is coming out of the sack of rice. One can assume that okay, the rice has giving being born, the scorpion is being born from the rice, but actually the mother has laid the seed inside the rice, and from there the scorpion has come. Similarly, the births of all living beings are basically the Mahatattva, the Osana Bharata. That's why again in the Vedic scriptures, what it is written, not Mahatattva, it is written as Brahman, right? You will read many places as Brahman. सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति यः तासां ब्रह्म महद्योनिरहं बीजा प्रदापितः. हरे कृष्ण. कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण.
It should be understood that all the species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature. And I am seed giving father. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So it should be understood that Krishna is now saying that all the species of life, there are various species, there are various yonis are there. So sarva yonishu ponteya, right? Various yonis are there, various species are there. O son of Kunti are made possible by the birth in this material nature, right? And that I am the seed giving father. He is the Bija Pradapita, right? He is the seed giving father, right? He is only doing though. So the Darwin theory, the Muller, the various theories are there. The Darwin theory, right? It is being neglected. Darwin's theory is saying that everything is coming out of evolution, right? But it is not true, right? If we say that you create with the chemical a single grain of rice, can anyone create? No, no one can create, because whatever we are creating, it is out of this material thing only, right? We are not creating, rather we are discovering, right? Everything is being discovered. Scientists are saying that they have created. No, actually they have only discovered the things, right? The discovery can happen, but the creation cannot happen. Creation is what, where he is the seed giving father. He has mentioned it, right? So species of life, various species of life, he is the seed giving father, right? So various species are due to the Krishna himself. So it is also the Darwin theory is basically a theory, right? It is not a law. They are not. He himself basically is not convinced with the basically the Darwin's theory, right? Even Einstein was not, Einstein was not agreed to that, right? So various scientists have been there, they are just having some discovery, right? They are not creating anything. Nothing can be created because everything is, available. This the Panch Mahabhuta is available. From there, some discovery can be done, because in the previous chapter we learned that everything is the combination of the Kshetra, Kshetra is Kshetrajna, right, and the Prakriti, right? And either the object of either it is the knower of the field, and the prakriti. It is just the combination of those two things. That is all what we can see. But who is the seed giving father? If we say that how everything has come into existence, like Krishna, like a coconut, like a pomegranate, everything that it is come into various packings, right? The fruits are coming into various packings, right? How it is coming naturally, it is coming, right? The scientists are trying to discover multiple things, but they are not saying that nature has already done which is necessary for the human existence, right? Already everything is been there. We need nothing extra in that, right? Already the beauty of the nature is already there, right? Everything is created as per the, so that one can live peacefully here and ultimately attain the liberation, right? Go to the Vaikuntha planets and Goloka Vrindavan. So how the soul comes into the material world and is placed within the modes of material nature. So there is the Mahat Tattva, right? Karana Ocean, right? Karanadakshay Vishnu. Mahat Tattva is Karanadakshay Vishnu. From where basically Karanadakshay Vishnu is there, multiple universe. You can see here the multiple universes are being created, right? From there basically the Shirodakshay, the Garbhodakshay Vishnu in the bottom portion he comes, and from there basically the material world is created. Above that, there is Maya Devi, there is Rama Devi, there is Shambhu is there, then there's Sadashiv Loka is, Mahagala Dham is there, this Dham is there. Above there, Brahma Jyotir is there. Brahma Jyotir, above the Brahma Jyotir is the basically the Vaikuntha planets there, Vaikuntha planets above is there, the Goloka Vrindavan is there. So material nature is the mother supplying living entity with the body, right? Lord puts him there by his potent glance and thus impregnates the material nature with the seed. He is the seed giving father. So description of the binding of the pure soul, how we are binded by the three moods of nature, right? Tattvam rajas tama iti guna prakriti sambhava nibadananti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Material nature consists of the three modes goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the living entity comes in contact with nature, he becomes conditioned by these modes. Hare Krishna.
So now the part starts where Krishna is saying what are the material modes of nature, right? He's saying there is the three modes basically, the forward, reverse, and neutral gears are there. Similarly, the goodness, passion, and ignorance modes you are in basically, right? So when the living entity comes in contact with the nature, right, we are in contact with this Maya only, right? In these three modes of nature, it becomes conditioned by this. So one says that I am not able to leave this habit because one is at the one is addiction to one is some addiction to the intoxication, one is helpless basically because he is acting in mode of ignorance. So mode of ignorance, what he becomes helpless, right? One becomes helpless that I don't want to do intoxication. Still, still he is forced to do that, right? It is one is forced because of it, because of the being into the mode of ignorance, because being conditioned. We are also conditioned, right? We are also conditioned. We are having our state of love with the Krishna is our natural tendency, but we are so much conditioned that we have forgotten the love with the Krishna, that we are eternal servitor of the Lord. We have forgotten it, totally forgotten, right? Totally forgotten, right? Right? We are the eternal servant of the Lord. We have totally, because why? Conditioning, due to the habits, because the conditioning has been done again and again. Enjoying propensities, life after life, we are doing the enjoying propensities. Now we say that okay, now I want to go to the Lord. Well, that is very difficult. Conditioning is, that's why one says that when one needs to get purify of getting what purified, purify of being conditioned, right? Habits automatically, right? Suppose the commercial is there, the commercial again and again you see the commercial, then your conditioning becomes that if you go to the shop, you will name that product only which was coming on the commercial. So conditioning has been done. So in the lifetime after lifetime, if we are trying to do that, we have the enjoying propensities, and now we suddenly say that now I don't want to enjoy, then we are just making ourselves fool, right? So from inside it is not coming. From inside it must come. So conditioning will go gradually. We should depend. We should be have faith on our guru. We should have faith on the process, right? Like it is not a like someone is wants to want in the material part also. If one wants to do good pottery skills, one has a good pottery skills, one is going some skill is from his hand. So good pottery skills, how it happens, he will be some skill he will learn, some skill out of that, then gradually one will learn that how to make a good pot out of it, then he will be, someday he will reach that. Similarly, we are since conditioned, so gradually sadhana bhakti will there. Then only ragana bhakti will come, right? Spontaneous love for the God, then only it will come. We are in currently and then the forgotten stage of that we are the eternal servitor of the Lord, and we have forgotten that. We need to revive that. So Srila Prabhupada has come to revive that knowledge, right? So eternal living entity, soul, transcendental, which comes in contact with the material nature, consists of three modes, and the goodness, which is passion, and ignorance. What happens? Conditioned by modes, then the living entity is forced to act according to these modes. Right? So since the living entity is coming in contact, so we are forced to act as per this. We are forced basically, right? So because Arjuna is asking, who forces us? So these three modes of material nature, due to our conditioning, we are forced. The material goodness also forced, ignorance also forced, passion also forced. Some are into the goodness, they know this knowledge that yes, we should not eat, we should not do intoxication. They will never do it that in the starting from their life. One should not should have non-veg eating. So from the starting of their life, they are in the goodness. They will not do that. From the starting of the life, one knows that gambling is bad, illicit sex is bad, and from the starting of the life, they will not do that. So they're in the mode of goodness. They will learn the Shastra, they will learn the Vedas, right, and become proud of it, right? So that is mode of goodness, right? So mode of goodness is like I've read all the Shastra, I know that there is God. This is all goodness. Becoming proud of having that learned everything. So that is basically mode of goodness, nothing more than. But still, he will come back here because he is happy here by learning that. One need to realize that he is the eternal servant of the Lord. He will start serving the Lord. One who starts serving the Lord, he becomes a servant. One should, one should be like a servant, should behave like a servant. If we are behaving like a servant, if we are feeling from the inside like a servant, and we serve other devotees and the Guru and the Gauranga and the Krishna, then we are basically servant. Then we have realized, right? We can see that in one's activity. So the nature of the soul is transcendental, Satchidanand. But due to the three modes of material nature, it is not acting like that, right? Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakam anamayam sukha sangena bandhati jnana sangena chanagha. Hare Krishna. Translation anyone?
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Yeah, please, Mataji, continue.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating and it's frees from all sinful reaction. Those situated in that mode develop knowledge, but they become conditioned by the concept of happiness. Hare Krishna.
Right. So one becoming illuminated, but purer. The goodness is basically the purer than the others, right? Why? Because it illuminates. Because you have the knowledge, and you became illuminated with the knowledge, right? And it frees one from all sinful reactions. Because one will not commit sin because he knows that what are sinful activities. What are the sinful activities? So will know. So will come over that, right? And those situated in that will develop knowledge, right? If one is not into the good mode of goodness, then he will not be able to develop knowledge also. Knowledge is basically realization also, right? But they become conditioned by the concept of happiness, right? He will enjoy in this world. Just just see this video. Okay, not, it's a level 1 video actually. So basically, Sattvaguda person is also chained with the golden chain, right? He is also, he cannot break from because he is happy, he is proud, being having the knowledge, he is not acting as per the eternal servant of the Lord. So that is, that is basically the mode of goodness. On the Rajoragatmakam Vidhi, Krishna Sangha Samudbhavam, Tannimanati Kaunteya Karma Sangena Dehinam. Translation.
Hare Krishna. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, O son of Kunti, and because of this, one is bound to material fruitive activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So basically, now here comes the unlimited desires, right? The one is the mode of passion. He wants house, he wants car, he wants family, that all the things, whatever whatever things he want to enjoy, he hankers for it, right? He hankers for it. He has a lot of longings for it. He plans, everything he plans in order to live peacefully here, right? He work is worship, mode of passion, too much working, but he is not into the knowledge that all the things that he is going after is a temporary thing. He will take nothing from this world, right? Nothing he will take from this world. He has no knowledge that he is not the body, he is the spirit, right? So he is so much conditioned in the mode of passion that he will take again and again birth in this material world only, right? Because he likes to work, so the desire is again the like of working. So again he will live in this world as a human form, or as an animal form, as a donkey, or as a human form. In fact, being a mode of passion, he wants to work. So Lord will bestow him with lot of work. Okay, you start working, you become worker only in this world. He will serve the Maya. He's because he's trying to satisfy his own sense. And yes, and there will be misery. Because if you want to achieve anything, you want to become the richest person in the world, what will happen? You will be basically having a lot of efforts, you getting a lot of misery, lot of sacrifices you will do. But if you are in bhakti yoga, you know It is all blissful. It is all blissful. It is all blissful. You are already the servant of the Lord. The Lord takes care of. Lord takes care of you. Just surrender. He says, just surrender. Right? Keep surrendering. If we surrender, then we reach. तमस्व अज्ञानजं विधि मोहनं सर्वदेहिना परमादलस्य विद्रावेस्तन्निबध्नाति भारत. Hare Krishna. Translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. O son of Bharata, the mode of ignorance causes the delusion of all living entities. The result of this mode is madness, adolescence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Basically, what is happening in the mode of ignorance? One is delusion. He is delusion. He thinks that the intoxication which he is taking, which is giving him minute pleasure, is the only ultimate thing. Right? He will think like that. That is madness. Right? It is basically destroying its body, minute by minute, second by second. And after that, and what will happen? Indolence will come, madness, indolence, and sleep will come, right? So it is binding again the conditioned soul here, right? So because he is helpless. One is intoxication, under the influence of intoxication. One is just helpless. One cannot think another things, right? So because you have heard the vinash kali viparita buddhi. So it is similar to that, right? One is totally into the and who's into the mode of ignorance. He is just destroying himself only. Then nothing, if your enemy is in the mode of ignorance, you need not do anything. He will destroy himself automatically. Right? That is the basically, that is the uh, structure of the mode of ignorance. Right? So what is the mercy? What is the mercy to that? That one should try to bring the mode of ignorance person into the mode of goodness, and from there he can transcend. So it is necessary. So to elevate from mode of ignorance to passion to goodness, right? So the sleep will concur. The sleep will be heavily induced in that person. The madness will be the indolence. He is in the condition of helpless condition, right? The three modes of material illuminating. So satoguna, whereas the satoguna is illuminating, frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in the mode of goodness becomes conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. Right? Thus they also become conditioned. How? They are conditioned how they are minded to this world, by becoming happiness. Sense of happiness is there, and knowledge is there. Right? By that the proud, the ahankara comes, and basically again one gets mind. So how mode of goodness binds living entities? Here it is mentioned. Best example for the goodness is scientist, philosopher, poet, right? And again and again, because they find some enjoyment, they find some pleasure in that. Philosopher, poet, scientist, right? The sense of happiness, they reach some sense of happiness, then they again and again, they again and again come into this world. So because one is more or less free from sinful reaction, right? So a sense of happiness, because no sinful reaction they are doing, right? The scientists, they are just trying to discover something. The philosopher, they are just trying to find something, right? Find something philosophical study there. The poet is there, the musician is there. They are just trying to do no sinful activity they are doing, right? They are into the mode of goodness. They have the pleasure of being here and not creating any sinful. So again and again they are coming to this world, right? The mode of goodness. A brahmana is also in a mode of goodness, right? He is also, he has cultivated some knowledge, and he's liking here, and he wants to be. So destiny, no likelihood of liberation. The moksha will not be there for them. Right? The moksha for the person in goodness, how whatever good you are, because he is the best swimmer here. You may become the best swimmer here. But what is happening? The liberation is not there. Right? Still he is trapped in this material body. Right? So it is full of miseries. Kalyama Shashwata. So who are the representative of type of goodness? Brahmana. Brahmana is represented the mode of goodness. Right? Basically, one is a Brahmana. How the three types of conditioned living activities act: the goodness, happy; the passion is active; the ignorance is helpless. Right? The conditioned living activity, the goodness person is happy. You can see is happy. The passionate person is active, always active, something doing. Ignorance is helpless. He just can't help it. He's addicted. He's sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. Passion conditioning, how the passion conditioning, how the mode of passion binds living entities. The passion binds by ropes of desire and attachment, right? Desire and longings, anchoring for the desire and long attachment. That is the binding, right? Because one is having the desire in this world, one is having attachment to this world. What has happened? It is binding. Characterized by strong attraction between men and women. The best example to show it, that strong attraction between the man and the woman. Right? Prabhupada tells that this itself show the mode of passion. The highest degree of mode of passion is the attraction between a man and a woman. What is the advancement of modern civilization is considered in the mode of passion. Right? We whatever advancement we are seeing, it is just the mode of passion. Right? So basically, one is trying to achieve something, just comforts they are trying to achieve. Comforts for what? The soul? No, for the body. For that, then what will come? Misery. The mode of passion is increasing, increasing. The mode of ignorance is increasing. What is happening? Miseries are coming more. The crashes are going on, and a lot of wars are going on. Innocent peoples are dying, and innocent lives are taking off. So we have increased. The modern civilization is advanced, but what is the innocent lives are dying? What is the advancement? No liberation. So what are some products of the mode of passion? Hankering for material enjoyment, sense gratification, right? Wants honor in the society, nation, etc. Right? So there's such kind of people. Wants happy family with 5 house children. This is all the grahastha life, becoming a grahamedi. A grahastha is basically dedicated his life for the Lord, and grahamedi is basically living his life for his own enjoyment, for life, family's enjoyment, like that. Right? So you're happy in that to construct a residence for sense gratification, right? We want to make a big house, big car, right? What will happen? Dying. One colleague officer of us, sir, he was retiring. Just when he was retiring, he made a beautiful house, a big house he made. Just when he was going to retire, just 3 4 days back, he died of heart attack. So that house which he had made, considered a residence for sense gratification, no use. So it is the story of a king, the King Nriga is there. All this charity also, all this, whatever we are doing, if it is not, we are not trying to realize the Lord, we are not trying to become the servant of the Lord, then it is all futile effort, right? If we are dependent more on the mercy of the Lord, then it's all good, right? If we are not dependent on the mercy of the Lord, we are not become the servant of the Lord, we are not become the eternal, we are not realizing our constitutional position, and that is the basic thing, the bottom line. We are not, doing that, then what will happen? Everything is a futile effort only, right? Everything is futile. So mode of fashion, one works hard for a palatial house as if it is eternal, right? And thus bound by the fruits of work. What is their destiny? No chance of liberation, right? The first one also no chance of liberation, second also no chance of liberation, right? So ignorance conditioning, right? How ignorance binds causes delusion for all embodied living, right? Say all. One is having lot of money and he is doing ignorance. Out of ignorance, he is taking intoxication. So others will also follow. Others will also go into the ignorance. So that is just delusion. Other living, all embodied living entities are becoming delusioned by the ignorant person. They are thinking that he is enjoying. Who knows his heart, what at his heart, what it is going on. So madness, indolence, sleep, which bind the conditions, right? Binds the conditions. What are the characteristics? Ignorance is just opposite of the mode of good. Just opposite. What of good activities? All sinful actions will be done by a person in the mode of ignorance. Under the spell of ignorance, one cannot understand a thing as it is. Right? Two indicates it very peculiar for embodied soul. How it is manifested? The madness and laziness and sleepiness, right? Sleep 6 hours. What is recommended? Sleeping 6 hours is sufficient, but ignorance 10 to 12 hours. Like in college times, right? And every in the engineering college basically, not in the medical sciences, right? The medical sciences person, they learn a lot. They basically they have a lot to learn. The engineering college person, they at least average they sleep 10 to 12 hours, right? Everyone sleep because there is that is not much of a that not much of a study also. They are free totally. No report card is going to the families. Nothing is going, right. So they are the engineering college students are all 10 to 12 hours sleep. All in the IIT also, right? All in the IIT also 10 to hours sleep they're doing. So always dejected, addicted to intoxications and sleeping. Right. What is their destiny? No chance of liberation. All the three modes, no chance of liberation. Right. Sorry. Important mind. तत्त्वं सुखे सञ्जयति सजा कर्माणि भारत ज्ञानमवृत्य तु तमां प्रमादे सञ्जयति उता.
Hare Krishna. The mode of goodness conditions one to happiness, passion conditions him to the fruits of action, and ignorance to madness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati, the mode of goodness. What is that? What is conditions? It is also conditioning, right? It is also conditioning. It is conditioning to happiness, right? It is one condition to happiness. Happiness. So if one is happy in this world, what will Lord say? Okay, your desire is to be in this world. You are happy in this world. You are getting the bliss out of this knowledge, and you want to be there in the that mode. Okay, be there, right? Be there. So you are in the happiness mode of goodness. Conditions to be happy. So you are there, right? Like the devtas, like the good brahmanas, right? That they are basically like they are in the mode of goodness, right? Conditions want to be happy, right? So they are there. Passion he conditions him to the fruits of action, right? Passion, one is passionate, he earns the money, he goes to the restaurant, he eats non-veg. He goes to the restaurant, he eats vegetarian, right? Something like that. Something he out of that, he earns something, he buys one big house, he earns something. So fruits of the action, he likes to have the fruits of the action. He's earning, he is doing something to achieve something out of, to have something out of it. So he is happy out of doing things, and taking the reward for it. So he is basically in the condition of rewarding. So he likes to get rewarded. So if he likes to get rewarded, God will say, okay, this is all you want. So you are now conditioned with the fruitive actions. So be there, be come again to the bhuloka, and be there. One is into the ignorance, madness. He is not cannot differentiate between a person, living entity, and non-living entities, or he is not differentiate between what is knowledge, what is non-knowledge, what is good, what is bad. That is madness. So a mad person is basically animal life. Mad person's life is an animal life, because he was given the intelligence, he was given the mind and the intelligence, the intelligence in order to differentiate, right? The Paramatma was always with him, and he was given the intelligence also, but not using intelligence, and using the madness, using ignorance, using the intelligence to do sinful activities is basically the madness. So he will be given animal life. You want to live an animal life, you go there. You want to sleep more, become a tree. You want to eat non-veg, become a lion, become a tiger. So that is your natural tendency. Why to become for eating non-veg, why to become a human? For that, one can become animal. Eat whatever non-veg you want, whatever, however, in whatever quantity one wants. You can. So choice is ours, right? So recognizing now the supremacy of the mode within a person, right? Which mode is the best operating in ourselves has to be gauged, right? So yeah, sometimes the mode of passion becomes prominent. He's saying sometimes what is happening, sometimes mode of passion is becoming prominent, defeating the mode of goodness or son of Bharata, right? And sometimes the mode of goodness defeats passion, and at the other times the mode of ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy, right? So it is like a tug of war between three modes, right? Three, not a single with the not two modes, three modes on, right? One time mode of goodness will win, one time mode of passion will win, one time mode of ignorance will win. In all the threes are in us only, right? The mind becomes a friend, one enemy also. All the three are in ourselves. In the Satyuga, the Asuras and Devas were all in the different planets. In the Treta Yuga, they were on the same planet, like Lord Ram and Ravana, on the same planet they were, but different countries, right? In the Dwapar Yuga, they were in the same family. The Kauravas, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, the Kuru dynasty, both were in the same family. And the Kali Yuga, the good and the bad are in the same person, right? So mode of goodness, passion, ignorance in the same person. So one is winning, one is losing. So one time, each and everything is getting supreme, right? And as per that supreme, we act, right? So intelligence we give. So the manifestations of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge, right? We have 9 gates of the body, right? The 9 gates, the 2 eyes are there, the 2 nostrils, the mouth, the ears are there, the genitals are there, right? So these all are the 9 gates, the genital awareness are there. So these are the 9 gates which needs to be the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of body are illuminated with knowledge. Each and every part of us should be illuminated with knowledge, right? That we are not this body, we are this soul, we are the soul. Our eyes should be engaged in taking the darshan of the Lord, taking the darshan of the lotus feet of the Lord. The ear should be engaged in listening to the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and the glories of the Lord, the Lord's pastimes of the Lord. Our, our nose should be engaged in the smelling the flowers offered to the Lord, and our tongue should be engaged in tasting the remnants of the food of the Lord. Right. So all the gates should be illuminated with the knowledge. One should know that there is 4 regulative principle. No intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling, and no illicit sex. So by that, what is happening? You are getting the knowledge. One is coming to the mode of goodness, and and then these gates of knowledge are illuminated by the knowledge, gates of the body. Chief of Bharatas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion, symptoms of great attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, and intense endeavor develop. Right. So when mode of passion is supreme, then what happens? Symptoms of great attachment, attachment with the money, attachment with the child, attachment with the woman, attachment with the house, attachment with this world, anything, attachment with your job, attachment with your surrounding, attachment with your family members, anything, any kind of attachment. Right. Uncontrollable desire will be there, right? At the last month, Kali Chamami Asman Mukta Kalivaram, at that time, if we don't remember the Lord, if we remember our money and all, then will be in the mode of passion. What will happen? Will not get liberated. Right? So uncontrolled desire, it cannot be controlled then. We need to purify it. By how we will purify? By Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? So hankering and intense, so and never develops, right? So by the lust, what by the attachment, what happens? We have seen the vicious cycle, right? Vicious cycle. From the attachment, the lust comes, the anger comes. From the anger, bewilderment comes, bewilderment, illusion of the memory comes, and then the downfall comes, right? So basically, again and again, we go to the vicious cycle. So, son of Kuru, when there is an increase in mode of ignorance, madness, illusion, inertia, and darkness are manifested, right? So various addiction, what happens when during the addiction, the madness comes, the illusion comes, right? The online, the teen children today are doing online gaming. There, what is happening? Basically, they are into the illusion. We are also into in this world like an online gamer only. Soul is the one sitting beside, but we are like playing some game, right? Because again and again you are getting the lifetime, right? Same, similar to the game only, right? Again and again you get some life, right? One time you are gone, not to worry, again you will get the life, right? But it is the dangers of life online game, that if you are not getting control, if you are not controlling it, then what will happen? Will become illusion, will become inertia, will come, that darkness will be manifested. Now comes the actions and death within the mode. So what happens, what kind of actions, and what is the death predominated with the specific mode, right? What is the after that, what will happen to the particular mode person, and what will the action of that by specific mode, right? So when one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets, right? So higher planet he will go if it in the mode of goodness, right? It is logical, right? When in the mode of goodness, so he is basically performing good activities. So he will be elevated to the higher planet, the Swarga Loka, right? All the other religions also, various religions also talk about this, the heavenly planet with Swarga Loka. Not about that they don't talk, right? But up to the level, this mode of goodness, being following the regulative principle, they at least talk that, and they basically are elevating up to the Swarga Loka only, the heavenly planets, right? When one dies in the mode of passion, what will happen? Take birth among those engaged in fruitivity, right? Because we want to live here, so we are having attachment here, so we will live here. So in fruitive activity, when he dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal, right? The person who is in the suppose a person is like to eat non-veg, then he is basically animal life, right? Animal life. One likes to sleep, he becomes basically a bear, he becomes, right? One likes to eat the stale foods and all, various kinds of stale things one needs to uh, likes that, then he becomes a pig, because for a pig, the worst things also he likes. For him, the sweetmeats are basically the stool. He likes the sweetmeats, right? So that is there. One likes to be, exposure, like I suppose the nudity one likes, so that becomes basically a tree. Right? It is always no clothes one is wearing. That kind of things one becomes. Whatever consciousness, basically, it's all about consciousness. Whatever consciousness we are developing, and we are becoming that. कर्मणा सुकृतस्याहु सात्विकं निर्मलं फलं रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम अज्ञानम तमसः फलम. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. By acting in the mode of goodness, one becomes purified. Work done in the mode of passion result in distress, and actions performed in the mode of ignorance result in foolishness. Hare Krishna.
The mode of goodness becomes purified, because if one is mode of goodness, he is getting the knowledge. By that knowledge only, he is getting purified. Right? So he will, what will happen? He will go to the heavenly planets. Right? The higher planets he will go. Work done in mode of passion, distress. Right? Because miseries will come. You will try to again and again achieve something, and by the karmic reaction, you will be again and again. Some distress will come. There no thing we whatever in this material world. If you try to achieve, so nothing is perfect. Right? Nothing you achieve is perfect, because you are trying to achieve, we are trying to achieve, so there is nothing perfect in that, right? But because everything which was there was already perfect, now whatever we are doing, we are just deteriorating. And there is in the thermodynamics, there is a topic called thermodynamics, and it is a it comes in the engineering background, in which there is this term called entropy. So for the entropy, it is said, it is never reduced. Entropy is basically, in the English version, if you will say, entropy is another word for disturbance. It is said that whatever state is currently it is, from there only disturbance will increase. So entropy always increases, right? So in the thermodynamics, there is a concept of entropy. It is linked with this, this God particle and neutron matter and all, whatever currently scientists are discovering. So it is linked to clearly to the sign that in one it is a mode of passion. What will happen? Disturbance will always be increasing. Right? Disturbance, entropy always increases. So one is in the mode of material things, then distress will always be there. Similarly, in the mode of ignorance, actions from mode of ignorance result in foolishness. The actions in that foolishness, foolish things. And the third example, right? One mode of ignorance, one has made this staircase. He has made that no gap is there to climb the stairs. Right? So this is the mode of goodness, and there is first picture. The temple is there. One is made, becomes purified. One is helping to construct the temple. One is helping to construct the Vedic college of ISKCON Mangalore. Then one is becoming purified because he's doing charity as per for the pleasure of the Lord and his devotees. Person in result in passion, he may go to some time into the very bad houses, sometimes into good houses, right? But he is in this world in ignorance. One is just foolishness he is doing. From the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, grief develops. And from the mode of ignorance, foolishness, madness, and illusion develop. Right? So if we move in the mode of goodness, then we will see that yes, are we acquiring knowledge? And yes, we are in mode of goodness. Are we acquiring grief? Is grief developing in me? Then yes, we are in mode of passion. Is foolishness is coming? Is madness is coming? Is illusion developing in me? Then I am in mode of ignorance. So we can gauge ourselves, right? What we are current state. Results in mode of action. From goodness, real knowledge develops. Krishna consciousness helps society to develop mode of goodness, right? What Krishna consciousness is saying, to develop, at least come to the place of mode of goodness. Follow four regulative principle and read some book, two books, right? Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, that only. People can see things as they are. They can be happiness, and that's why Rasul Prabhupada tells, chant and be happy. Just chant and be happy. Right? That's all. There can be happiness, peace, and prosperity. So that these wars, these innocent killings, it does not occur. Passion, from passion, greed develops. Greedy and always hankering for sense gratification without any limits. No limits. Neither happiness nor peace of mind. Right? Never peace of mind. From ignorance develops illusion, madness, and foolishness. No knowledge, irresponsible, cannot see things as they are. Being distressed, take shelter of intoxication. Right? They only go to the ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसा जागन्य गुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसा. हरे कृष्ण. Translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those situated in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the mode of ignorance go down to the hellish planet world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the mode of goodness person where he is going? Higher planet. So Krishna himself is saying that okay, you are in the mode of goodness, you will go to the upward higher planet, right? Mode of passion, where will you go? You will live here earthly. Right? The ultimate the destination of such persons, he is saying that one who is mode of ignorance come to hellish planet. Now why mode of goodness is not good? Because in the upper seven planets he again has to come back after his punya karma is over. What will happen again? He has to come back to this bhuloka, right? So that is also not good. But you are in the mood of goodness, you will go to the higher planets, they say. You can going up, the plane can go up, plane can go down, but you will land someday at one place, which is earth, right? Out transcending the modes, right? We will discuss in tomorrow's class. So tomorrow we will take 14th chapter also and 15th also. Right? Hare Krishna. Any doubts on today's chapter till now?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this
Hare Krishna.
happiness, which mode of goodness, people in mode of goodness they acquire, is this Satchit Anand? This is that Anand of
No,
happiness
no,
or
Mataji. No, Mataji. That not that Anand, Mataji. That Anand is very pure, Mataji. And that mode of goodness is a brahmana matari. He is serving the Lord. He is if he even he is not serving that, the scientists also are also in the mode of goodness. Philosophers also, they are not doing anything sinful activities. They are just earning. They are not earning for the for fruitive activities. They are just doing some discovery out of their out of their goodness. They are just acting in goodness. They don't want anything from it, unattached they are, and they are not attached to those things. So acting in knowledge, but the knowledge is the but what is actual knowledge, Matari? The actual knowledge is we are eternal servant of the Lord until unless we come to an understanding that this mode of goodness also is basically binding me. Right? Ultimately, we should know that we know nothing. We come to the understanding that we know nothing, then only we can transcend the mode of goodness. If we gain some knowledge and we say that I know everything, then there is a big issue, Matari. Know nothing actually. That if that conclusion realize that I know nothing, only Lord is everything. He is taking care. Each and everything He is taking care. Then Sarvasya Cham Radhi Shinivishto Mata Smritir Jnanam Aponam Cho. He is saying Sarvasya Cham. He is everywhere in the heart also. From Him comes from Mata Smritir. From Him comes remembrance. Smritir Jnanam. From Him comes knowledge, and from Him comes forgetfulness. Mata Smritir Jnanam Aponam Cha. He has only said, right? So basically, everything is coming from him. So even Dadami Buddhi Yogam Sam. He says that if you bhaj me properly, bhaj Priti Purvakam, then Dadami Buddhi Yogam. He will give the understanding, right? So this mode of goodness is gaining the knowledge, that is fine. Because if you are not in the mode of goodness, then the knowledge itself will not be started, right? So one needs to come at least to the platform of mode of goodness. Then he will not do anything foolish. He will not hanker after the fruitive activities. He will be situated in the mode of goodness. From there, he can transcend easily. Right? So it becomes easy for a Satoguna person, right? Because his daily activities will be Satoguna things. But we need to achieve the Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva is above the mode of goodness. Right?
thank you, Prabhuji. So this becomes a prerequisite, Prabhuji, for
Yes,
bhakti. So
Mataji.
all those
Yes.
who are in bhakti are in mode of goodness only.
Matari, we are all in. I think I am in the mood of ignorance, Matari. I don't know about you all, but I am in the mood of ignorance because I can understand nothing, Mataji.
But Prabhuji, if the modes are that dominating and they are guiding the person's activities throughout the day, then where is the freedom, Prabhuji, to decide that? I mean, if everything is predestined in a way because the modes are controlling, so it's kind of, predictable what we are going to do next because we are dominated by a particular mode.
Yes,
So where
Matari.
is the freedom
You
for the
can change the
jiva,
mode, na
Prabhuji?
Matari. Like the gear, you can change in the car, na Matari. You can change the modes.
Okay,
because there are three modes, all three are on in us, all three modes are there, right? So it is our choice to desire satoguna things, to desire rajoguna things, to desire tamoguna things. Once we desire again and again satoguna things, then what will be happening? We will be transcending those modes. So we are just again and again, what this sadhana matari, this what we this sadhana bhakti which we are doing, right? This is basically what is, this is tapasya only, right? This is tapasya. Basically we are forcing ourselves to do, satoguna activities, right? Again and again satoguna, then we become conditioned by the satoguna. At least from there we can transcend. But if we are in the mode of goodness and passion and ignorance, then we cannot. So we need to change our modes, mataji. That can be decided by us only, by intelligence, right? By intelligence, by our desires. Because in the ultimately, Lord says, no, Lord says that Sarva Dharma Parityajana Mamikam Sharanam Vaja. Because he is saying that particular verse. Why? Because he knows that we are conditioned. He knows this thing, right? Because of that, again and again we have done some stupid things, some foolish things, some sinful activities we have committed, right? That's why we are coming here. Now what will happen when there is no, because in one lifetime you cannot be able to, all the prarabdha you will be able to take. That is very difficult, Mataji. That's why the Lord says, if you fully surrender to me, then all your sarva dharma padam mokshashyami mam shucha. He is saying that, once you the all everything will be, all the sinful action will be nullified. It will become zero, Mataji. Like similar to the Valmiki, and he has killed lot of murders he has done, but he has written then Rama. Similar to the Angulimal, similar to the Jagai Madai. Because after that you don't do anything sinful. Because once you surrender fully, then nothing is there. Then all reactions, Mataji, comes to zero. So what was, nothing is predestined in that, Mataji. The only predestined thing is our, our minute. That's why Srila Prabhupada says that we have a minute will, a sweet minute will, sweet will, because by that only we can transcend, Mataji. Because Lord only wants your, your love with your will only. With will you love, then only he pleases, he gets pleased. If no love is there, Mataji, like we love our, like we love our family, more than that, if we love our, love Krishna, then only then, like we have some feeling for relatives. That feeling, even if we come for the Krishna, Mataji, that is also more than enough. That feeling
Prabhu,
is,
there is no consistency, Prabhuji.
yes, I
Sometimes
do.
it is there, sometimes not there.
You are already, you have already initiated name, Mataji, sadhana name you have already. So you
That's
you
my
can do
parents.
best.
Thanks
Yes,
to thanks to
yes,
them, Prabhuji.
yes, you can always do sadhana, Mataji. You have the answer, Mataji, in your name. The sadhana is only tapasya, Mataji. Tapasya that we are doing, Mataji. The sadhana, so we are doing that only. We are trying to do, whatever things are there. Because the best is, best is always remember to Krishna and fix our mind. But that we are not able to do. So we are doing sadhana bhakti. Ananya bhakti is not, cannot be so. By that only, gradually. So we have faith, have patience is the, best thing likes. When you have patience, you are treating everyone equally, and you are not getting angry. At all things, if gradually the qualities, godly qualities will come. You keep chanting, keep purifying, keep raise Ekadashi. Today is the best day to control the things. Today, you will feel after some Ekadashis. On the Ekadashi's days, if there are various things, the controlling activities of the mind. It is easy to control on the Ekadashi other than on other days. Spiritual activity, I don't know. I have felt personally, that it becomes spiritually easy for me. I guess on these days, mind is oriented like that. I don't know, but we have special mercy on this. Same and the disappearance appearance on the appearance day of the gurus and Gauranga and spiritual masters. On that special mercy comes. By that can progress faster. That's why it is recommended to fast on Ekadashi days. We are not fasting on any other day. We're fasting
Yes.
on Ekadashi day. That because it is very powerful, very powerful.
Mhm.
Even
Mhm.
if you cannot do Nirjala, one can do Sajala. You do some. with Phala Ekadashi, Phal one can. That is also. But it will get, it will give you immense power,
It does, Prabhuji, it does.
and it will gradually elevate. Because I have a migraine, Mataji, but to think that a migraine person not eating whole day will have a huge headache.
Mm,
Earlier it was like that, but now gradually, with the mercy of the Lord, it is sometimes it comes, sometimes it won't even reflect also. You know, I don't know how it happens. Because my doctor has said that you need to eat something. Don't keep Ekadashi. That cannot happen.
Prabhuji, even I have realized this. I have been fasting on water for Ekadashi for quite some time. And I feel it just, the day just passes by without me
Yes,
realizing it. Only on Ekadashi. Any other day, I'm not able to keep the fast like that. But only on Ekadashi, I'm on water fasting and it helps.
yes. Huge.
Some strength comes, something, I don't know how, but it
This is
helps.
relation, Mataji, right? This is practical thing, right, Mataji? Because you can see it. So it is not fooling others, right? Other, other someone can cheat you. That's why cheating propensity is there in the humans. But here the scriptures are saying we are following, it is happening. So it is a practical thing. It is never saying that it is not a practical, it is a pure practical thing. One can realize, one can see it. Right? So everyone is conclusive truth, it is out coming out of it.
Mm, very true, Prabhuji. Thank you so
Okay, Hare
much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
And
Hare
then
Krishna.
वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपया च वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वेंकटेश बात की